Hey everybody, Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich here. What a wild week it has been. We went from cold and snow to ice to cold and snow to rain, wind, and severe thunderstorms, cold again, and now we're going warm and wet. It's been a wacky winter, but the good news is every time we get warm and wet, it's very short term. So I guess that's the positives that I look at. So this week, another wild week, but there's a big pattern flip, which I started hinting at around the week of Christmas. It's finally here. We just got one more warm storm to get through, and that warm storm is heading our way on Friday. You can see this is mostly rain, so yeah, we're going to be melting some base here on Friday going into the big MLK weekend, but it's not all lost. This is going to move through fairly quickly, and by Saturday morning, look what happens. We start to see the cold air and a beautiful shot of kind of west-southwest flow. It's kind of a weird setup there. It's not ideal for northwest flow, but a little bit of synoptic flow on the backside gives us some snow. And then the weekend, it's cold enough for snowmaking. So good snowmaking this weekend, really setting the stage with good grooming for a pretty good MLK weekend. And then on Monday for MLK Day, there might be some natural snow. It looks like a little fast-moving southern system that doesn't quite sync up with the polar jet like I wish it would, because this would be an awesome storm, but still produces some snow. What's interesting is, for those of us outside the mountains, that gets us a little excited. So the southern stream energy is here, but the northern branch is here. We need these two to get together. We need phasing. It doesn't phase. So unfortunately, that means probably a split system and kind of jumping over the Piedmont. But you get the idea. That's a good little surge of snow on Monday, Tuesday. So next week is an awesome week. I mean, not only are we going to see some snow chances, but it's going to stay pretty chilly next week. So snowmakers are going to have tons of fun, and by the end of next week into next weekend, another system moves through with legit northwest flow and pretty cold temperatures. What's going on in the atmosphere is we're starting to see some chunks of cold air come down here, which is great. The first surge is coming down this weekend into early next week. Right there, that is a great surge of colder air. You can see the floodgates at least briefly opening up, and most of the country here is going to see some really cold air for the middle of next week, and that does include the southeast, in fact, way below average. So this is ideal snowmaking. So this is the kind of pattern where you could get a solid week of 24/7 snowmaking in some locations. So really amazing. And then another system moves in late next week, and this one's got a storm with it. So this is next weekend, not this upcoming weekend. Ooh, cold air and the storm. First time this year we've seen that little setup. So let's look at a quick chance of the snow totals here. I'm going to play this real quickly. Let me blow through this real quickly so I can wind it out here. We'll go all the way through Friday, and you can see not a whole lot going on there. Most of that is in and out fairly quickly. We'll take the wider view here just to kind of show you, through the weekend into Saturday, about 5 o'clock. That's what I expect to happen this weekend. Just the natural stuff. Probably more snow coming up on Monday into Tuesday. So quick look at the forecast. I'll update this again going into the weekend just so everybody's ready for the big holiday. But you can see, I do think a little bit of natural snow on Saturday behind that system, but I showed you it's not ideal. More Monday, Tuesday, but then really starting this weekend, you see the blues there, natural snow making chances, especially at night, but then all day, 24/7 starting next week. So I'll post an update tomorrow. I'm going to do 2 in a row here. We're going to get one ready for the big holiday weekend and kind of set up next week, because next weekend, middle of the month, finally, long-lasting cold snap, and maybe the big cold snap with a storm next weekend. So we're still a week away. I don't want to get too excited, but this pattern change, it's finally knocking on our door and is almost here.